Ha ha ha! Your boy is back. Your boy is back in the building. What's up, folks? Hey, what's the name say? Refresh the super chat. What's cracking, man? Let's get into the dysfunction of America. Let's go into the destruction of 1 year. Within the last 12 months, America sucks. America is in the pits and possibly on the brink of a Donald Trump war. Man, could America get any worse than, I guess, 2008? Man, what damage has this boy Donald Trump brought about this nation? And I wonder how things are going to go. Tomorrow, Donald Trump will be addressing this nation tomorrow from the White House. And what will he be addressing it about? It showing the heck can't be the economy because the economy sucks. The economy has gone into the dirt. Maybe it's about Trump possibly announcing America going to war. Hmm? Could that be it? Is America going to war? Is that the announcement? Because there's been a major announcement with Trump's aggression towards Venezuela, and his interference with oil transportation, the importing of oil to and from Venezuela. He wants to put a blockade out there. I wonder how China may respond to this. Does China just say, we're going to buy some of this Venezuelan oil? We're going to send a tanker over there and we dare this chump to interfere with it. So I can't wait to see what this debacle from the White House is going to be with this alcoholic president that sits in the White House who has been outed by his chief of staff, Susie Wiles. Oh man, she thought she was just having a regular candid conversation and it would not get out of her talking big mess, big dog talk about this dysfunctional drunk of the White House. This dude only touched the glass, and this child of an alcoholic reads all the sign of an alcoholic. And she spoke so ill of Donald Trump. And man, she tried to deny it. And from what I heard, the interviewer dropped the audio of her. Oh, she wants to lie about this, huh? Let me hit play. Oh man, he refreshed the super chat. Salute to my brother Stinger from above in the building. Says just refreshing your super chat, General. This is LDBC member number 157, man, paying his annual dues. We're in the building, refreshing the super chat. Wait, how did Blue Blood do that shit? How was Blue Blood saying that the chat ain't working? Refresh super chat. Hey, I'm about to start pulling them gimmicks. I need me a gimmick, man. Let me sell my soul for a super chat. Salute Stinger from above, man. What that fool said? The chat tripping. Donate. What that fool said? A cinco. How do you say 100? Donate a cinco and refresh the super chat. Oh man, Brandon Washington says, "Oh shit," says Reg, Trump derangement episode. Yawn, man. This ain't no Trump derangement. The derangement is from y'all who ride on y'all knees for Donald Trump. This is nothing but the truth on Donald Trump. Speaking nothing but the truth, whole truth to set you free. The Robust says, Blue used to say YouTube was shadow banning him, man. Yeah, YouTube shadow banning me, man. Send me a super chat to refresh the shadow ban. These fools make up all type of bull crap about some damn YouTube. And the Deuce Time in the building saying, really, salute, Deuce, man. Trump is failing y'all, homie. Hey, Trump may get out there and talk about that money that you've been talking about him giving you. He may sit in the White House and pour out another lie, like he's going to pour out a little bit of liquor. Because he ain't a drunk. He may act like a drunk, but he ain't truly a drunk. He pours his liquor out. So, they pour him Hennessy and give him Mark liquor in a presidential glass, and Donald Trump pours a little liquor out. He pours his out, but he gets the, when you round people that may smoke the weed and you get a little bit of contact from it. Donald Trump got a little bit of that. Donald Trump giving you a little bit of the contact. A little bit of the contact. I may end up having to change some things on the what's that called? How they do the ad thing, because I'm watching my live now and I see these commercials keep coming on and stuff. I see the commercials keep playing, so I may have to tweak that a little bit. I don't want them coming on like that and people having to, whether you watch the ads or not, but that's how revenue's brought in. So I don't know. I may change that. I may or may not. But Deuce Times in the building. Salute. Mark Sumner says, here before another band. No, you know what happened the other day? Because a lot of people was in here for when my last live stream got booted, and then I couldn't go live for a day or two. What has been 2 days? Was the video I was doing about, and I'm going to get into that, about Kash Patel, the failed FBI director who should not be in the FBI because the fool is not a citizen. He is not a true citizen. I don't give a damn if he went through the immigration process and what people call is, they come over to America the right way, then they citizen. The fool still ain't citizen. And Hapu Magic Carpet Patel is in the FBI doing all type of bozo-ish, can't get a goddamn thing right. This is the second time this damn department has failed on the investigation, faking like they arrest people, end up saying, oh, sorry, you the wrong guy, I gotta let you go. I was trying to look good for my boss, my alcoholic boss named Donald. We just gonna arrest somebody and put all the information out and act like we saw the crime, make people happy, and then tell everything about him. This is the suspect name. He's only a suspect of interest. The suspect did this. The suspect had this kind of weapon, and we solved this case within 2 days. This is the great work of the greatest FBI in the history. Oops, I'm sorry, we gotta let him go. Sorry, we gotta let this guy go because he is not the one who did it. And I ain't never seen so much dysfunction in an investigation bureau that's supposed to have a 99% conviction record, which means they may arrest 99.9% of the right suspects. This one is striking out. No foul, just foul balls in this department. This department is full of foul balls because it's foul. Mark Nash in the super chat, refreshing the super chat. Salute. He says support for the show and for cooking this clown Trump. Absolutely. I'll be cooking Trump until they impeach this fool or he gets hit by the bucket. And then Mark Nash says you can change those options in the YouTube studio setting. Yeah, I may go into there and change that. I don't want commercials constantly playing all the time. And then SF's in the building saying salute to you, Mark. And he says you can turn off auto ads. And then SF, he's saying salute to you, SF. Yeah, I might do it after this live stream. I'm gonna see how many times it played. And then I'm gonna definitely go in there and probably change that because I don't want to do that. SF saying salute. SF says the address will just be him trying to get ahead of the numbers coming out. Ooh, the numbers for Trump's failed economy is unemployment. Unemployment spiking. Boom, booyah through the roof. Donald Trump and his other failures of trying to help these, let's keep it real about not just farmers. This $12 billion going towards farmers. Now I want to see what's the requirements, what's the rules to this bailout, because the black farmers have rejected this, and the black farmers have stated how racist this Donald Trump farmer bailout is. That an association of black farmers have refused to take part in that little scheme. The little bigoted scheme of your boy, Donald Trump. Let me do my Mr. Rogers and put my socks on. And your boy, old bigoted David Duke, white hood on his hand, grand wizard Donald Trump, and his $12 billion scheme of acting like he's going to bail out these farmers, who these farmers can't get no business because of the policies of Donald Trump. The policies that people talked about in the run-up the elections, which are policies that make no sense, policies that have been tried, tested, and have been told to this dummy that they will fail. And this dummy still rolls them out. Why? Because Donald Trump's smarter than everybody, and he got a bunch of yes people who In real life, when it comes to merit, are bums in real life. And the only way for these bums in the Trump administration to make money is to say, yes, Master Trump. Yes, Daddy. And then the women has to say, yes, Big Daddy. And this fool wears little tweezer size condoms. But the young blonde haired bimbo broads over there have to say, yes, Daddy, when Trump tells them to do something. He say, how high? He says, higher, you non-jumping hoes. So that's what they have to do. They over there yesing to this boy. And he gonna roll out everything he can. He trying to do with these farmers. And then the black farmers who have rejected it said that this money is only for farmers that are raising crops, which are not with black farmers. The one farmer I was listening to is the president of the association, is talking about the crops that are predominantly grown or the livestock that is raised by black farmers excludes them from access to this money. Tobacco farming, what was the guy saying? Pig farming and some other stuff. And it excludes them from this money. They don't have access to it. The money that was given to them by the Biden administration due to the institutional racism that has persisted for centuries inside this country have excluded them to the access white farmers have been given for this welfare bailout system of white corporations and white establishments in this side of this country. Exclude the black farmer who's have to bust his ass, work hard as hell, get it how he gets it. And that's through grinding the true American will. But these other guys get welfare. It's a welfare baby system for these clowns. And then even this farmer spoke about the history since and going back into the 1920s, where black farmers had a accumulation of like 20 or 30 million acres of land, 20 or 30 million acres of farmland. And over the course of about 100 and something years, those numbers have plunged greatly. And you see black farms that have been taken over, foreclosed on, these people being pushed out of these farms. And we see them in a position where they own just a fraction of the lands that black farmers once owned as a total, based on the racist practices of the administrations throughout the decades, or what I can say, the century. And he says, oh yeah, I read that from Mark. And let me see. I read those. Let me skip. And he says, you can also change the frequency of the ad, says, but back to Trump. It says Trump is failing. Trump failing bad. Trump falling apart. You look at Trump's health. Trump looks sick in the mug. Trump can barely stay up. Trump is sleepy Donald. He talked all this stuff. I think Biden done cursed him. I think Biden done cursed Trump because Trump is at meetings falling asleep. Can't keep his deranged self up. I think he is truly the derangement. The Trump derangement syndrome is what Trump has. He really has his own goddamn illness. And it is the Trump derangement syndrome. And I'm pretty sure the people in the medical field will have to come up with a new type of disorder, a new human condition. And Trump will be the father of his own condition that he suffers from, and as well as his supporters. Now, people have come up with this idiotic term that really doesn't stick, of thinking that people who speak the truth, clown Trump, call him out for what he is, have a derangement. The most comical thing I ever seen from prostitutes. And the majority of these prostitutes are mainly the sole prostitutes of the Trump clan is males, LGBT dudes, the closeted ones. The LGBT is missing, you guys. And the SF says the numbers are already down. Says, but the numbers are already down. Says, but I wouldn't be surprised if when they are revised even further down. Yeah, that's what I was hearing. They're going to be definitely revised further down as far as the job report. And the unemployment numbers are probably going to come out much higher than what has been put out. But it's showing a trend. And it's also a thing that raises concern with the guy that heads the feds. He is concerned. He's been pressuring to making cuts. And in his efforts to make cuts, things aren't matching up. It's not bringing pricing down. Congress needs to step up. And that's the one way to get this thing to where it works. Is Congress has to start stepping up. Where's Congress been? Congress needs to start setting laws on limiting what corporations can do. Uh, uh, they always talk this communist stuff. We're not a communist country. We allow free markets. No, 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 no. You got to curtail some of this stuff. Our prisons need to be filled with greedy billionaires, but we got a president who is just as corrupt as the rest of these corrupted, greedy billionaires who can give a damn thing about America. Patriotism doesn't exist amongst them. They're not part of American society. And therefore, until Congress does something, moving interest numbers and all that other stuff ain't gonna have an effect. Because the higher the interest, the more they can raise prices, the more beneficial it is to them, the better look for those who are Wall Street investors and not 401k ass idiots. And then Mark Nash says only rich folks says are winning, everyone else is capping the same face. Absolutely. All these fools know they suffering. Industries falling apart. Even the majority of these dummies who are in the trucking industry falling apart. I'm looking at so many dang trucking content creators who are speaking about the industry, the predatory lending with lease operations, what they call it, lease to owner operation type stuff. The companies falling apart. Russian companies are popping up everywhere. Like, what the hell is going on? Is Putin really set his claws into the Trump economy? Is he getting a little fair, a little under the table backroom dealings for his people to come in here and have a control of American logistics? I would not be surprised because a lot is revealed about how twisted things within the American corporate system is. About how twisted things in the American corporate system is. And people need to wake themselves up from being slaves to this crap, being super consumers of this stuff. People have such a high consumption of waste and just want to get out here and buy whatever the hell these people put out here for you. For them to sit at little fine dining annual dinners and laugh and clown about what dummies have sat out here and spent, and to never find enjoyment in any of the stuff they get. And then Mark Nash says, says Susie Wiles says, really expose the administration. She exposed all of them. Hampundi, Magic Carpet Patel, JD, Erica's, what's her name? Erica Kirk, little side dude. Man, he in there busting her guts up with a little willy whacker. Little tilly whacker. That girl ain't never felt good loving in her life. So a little tilly whacker is enough for her. So she getting some Appalachian pumping. That's what she getting. Now this fool saved from the mountains and stuff. He redneck and stuff. But I see Cuz said, damn, Cuz says FluTube says ran like 5 ads says before they let me click. Yeah, I seen that when I first started. That bug jumped right to a commercial. And Vice Cug in there with the super chat. And he says he's refreshed the super chat. Man, he got the chat back open with a super chat. And he says put a couple of dollars to reset the chat. Man, yeah, that's what it is. Always right. Put a couple of, hey, reset the super chat. How did Blue Blood used to say that shit? Help refresh the super chat. Some of the craziest ish I've heard. That's when I stopped following this fool. I remember the first day he rolled out saying that crap. That fool was up there. Oh man, somebody please reset the super chat. I'm like, how the hell sending some money gonna refresh super? I was like, man, that fool is, I don't even know what to call that kind of hustle, man. That fool do anything for a buckaroo. That shit is crazy. That fool telling you reset the super chat. That fool crazy. What's up, Jashawn? Salute. But going into this shit with the wife's chick, she aired everything out, running her fat mouth. I don't know if the interviewer gave her a little bit of liquor, or whether she poured out a little bit of liquor for her homeboys up in the gates. Her homeboys up in the gates with the golf clubs and the yacht club and all that. She poured a little liquor out from them and got a little secondhand contact of the Hennessy fumes leaking from off the ground. And it made her open up like Melania in them thighs when she see me walk past the White House. And that lady just starts spilling everything out about these clowns in this White House that I've always known. It's like, man, I got just like a secret passage into the White House and know everything because I'll be calling this stuff out before it pops off. And it took for the little old bimbo, old Karen bimbo, to expose all of it. The fool who she might have been trying to be a cougar with the dude interview. You know how them old ladies get. Them old ladies be still be getting a little hot. They I don't know. Do old women still get hot? Do that thing moisten up or something? So she make because they be freaky. I don't know if you ever been around older women. That shit is crazy. So a lot of y'all look at y'all grannies and shit and all that other stuff. Your mamas who get older, they still be hot, still throwing that thing at younger dudes and be on some real freaky shit. So I don't know if the interviewer was a younger dude and this lady got hot and opened up. That's how some of the fools who used to work in like intelligence agency or agencies where they get top secret clearance. They throw a little bad chick at them, and these fools open up and be spelling out all the secret. That's what this older lady did. She one of the top people in the Trump administration. And she talked bad about these fools, and she talked exactly like it should be talked about. But she still ain't. She tried to run from this one. She tried to run and hide from this one like this a hit piece. That ain't what I said. Oh boy, they said play the video of her saying he recorded her. So she a liar. You can't trust nobody in this administration. They're a bunch of yes people who are all afraid of each other, but need these jobs because guess what? They're bums. They're bums in real life. Talking all this cryptocurrency crap. Give us your money and let it crypto. Let your money just crypto. And then somehow your money, you gotta go work your ass off at a 9 to 5, but somehow the crypto is working and giving you all this money. How the hell did this bull crap even work? Man, get the hell out of here. Man, I don't trust none of this crap these fools got going on. Give me the dollars. Let me save the dollars. Let me hold the dollar. Refresh the super chat for that. The hell with a cryptocurrency. Hey, cryptocurrency, the super chat. God damn it. Mark Nash says the derangement is from the people, says who voted for this guy, says and then got deported. Says, imagine how fucking stupid you gotta feel, man. For real. I couldn't be one of these dummies. And it'd be crazy looking at these folks. I be want to feel sorry for someone when I see them running and shit. And now that it's snowing. Because they now in Chicago, they wear all the snow on the ground. And watching these fools trying to run from ice, and that just, I mean, goddamn, what a coincidence. Ice running after people on ice. So they out there in like Chicago, Philly, all these cold places where it's now below zero, or not below, it ain't gotta be below zero to freeze, but below the freezing point of water, it gotta be below the 30s. So I think water freezes at what, 32 degrees. So it's below 32 and all this place with ice and snow on the ground, and watching these people who are termed as illegals running away from ICE, slipping, busting their ass, and then ICE dragging them. They showed in one town where ICE dragging a damn former Trump voter, now turned fugitive, who didn't get very far because of the conditions on the ground, slipped, bust her head, and the ICE agents dragging this lady across the road to their ICE cars, and then people throwing snowballs. Illegals throwing snowballs at ICE. Ain't that some shit? They throwing snowballs at ICE. Oh my God. How the heck do you do that? Let me take a quick break while these commercials play. Man. Oh God. These people out here throwing icicles at ICE while being dragged away to ICE vehicles. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. And it's all coming from the guy they voted for. Donald J. Trump, Epstein file Trump. The DEI hiring administration, which is the Donald and Epstein interns, is all I see in the Donald Trump administration. Is the Epstein Islands. And then this chick even came out about the Epstein files, is that nowhere in this file was there proof of Bill Clinton going to that island. She said Trump been on it. Trump is in the flight log. He done been on the plane playing with Barbies with Epstein. Trump been on that plane playing with little Barbie dolls. Epstein playing with the Ken dolls. And they just imaginary playing, both of these little weirdo ass fools. And the lady like Trump all in them files. She said all the rumors. She said Trump was wrong on everything he bringing up about Bill. Bill may have been at some of the parties, but that island, nah. Trump all in it. They're a young man, young playboys. I'm like, damn, lady, you talking about young men? They got an addiction for people the opposite of your old ass, lady. You would have been thrown off the plane mid cruising altitude. You've been thrown off at no, you would have been thrown out at cruising altitude. When the captain said you could take your seatbelts off, they'd have looked at your old ass and you'd be you better hope your damn jacket was wide enough to catch air up under it so you could float to the ground. They would have tossed your ass off the Epstein plane. Yeah, they want everything opposite of you, lady. It'd have been your age divided by 4 or some shit. So that's what they would have wanted on there. So she aired out all this stuff, and I'm glad she did it more and more. She spoke about Patel. He don't know what he's doing. He's a clown. He ain't an American. These fools throughout this administration, rich silver spooners, can't tell people what America is. Y'all don't move what American culture is. You will never have an influence in what American culture is. Y'all too uncoordinated, lame, suckers, and no real upright American should ever follow any type of lesson on how to be an American, how to evolve, adapt, and live in America and assimilate into America. Ain't no Donald Trump style way. They're bums. It's flat out like that. I don't give a damn what how much money sitting in account. They bums. They ain't never done nothing. He ain't never built nothing. He ain't never invented nothing. His grandmother came over here prostituting, selling her little stanky twat to a bunch of degenerate old dudes cheating on their little Satchmo looking ass wives, and then got a little free will, loose in the booty as Trump. And that's how they just start blowing up. Grandfather came over here pimping little immigrant chicks. That's trafficking, really. Yeah, his grandfather, profited in the world of trafficking and shit. And then they had Trump little daddy, and then they had to settle down. So they turned their little brothels, seeing they had to kick all the hoes out to raise little Donald, the daddy, and try to get him a righteous life. So he want to see his mom up there with her ass tooted in there, legs spread wide open from pillar to post, and then getting bucked. So they had to clean up the Trump name a little bit. Just clean the Trump name up. So that's where it comes. But really, they're bums. They ain't never created nothing. They're worthless. They privilege, come up into other administration, other connections politically. Maybe the mother was selling cat to the mayor of New York, and they got some housing development contracts and all that other stuff, and turned the brothels into apartment complexes. So really, it's what he started getting his break in. And that was from the father. Father ended up making it and stuff. So they come up a different way. A privileged way, an un-American, didn't help build America, never contribute nothing to America. It's just simple as that. Nobody will follow what Trump and them deem as what is American culture and patriotism. Nobody listens to you clowns. And then listening to the disgusting comments of this clown named Donald Trump towards Rob Reiner, keeping it super funky about Donald Trump. And it goes into why you should never listen to anything come out the mouths of Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, and Kash Patel, as much as they cried about, the lack of sympathy shown towards Charlie Kirk, a guy they admire, and a guy who the rest of the world despise. He's a nobody. Just like him being gone, nobody cares about him. He's a thought in the past. He is blown with the wind and he is gone. He's even gone to Erica Kirk. Erica Kirk don't give a goddamn about no Charlie Kirk. It's a thing of the past. The world around Charlie Kirk has moved on. Even the spouse of Charlie Kirk has left the building. The marriage is a thing of her past, a forgotten memory in her lap. Nothing memorable. Hell, she probably laying her head in J.D. Vance's lap as we speak, thinking nothing of Charlie. And I wonder if Charlie can look up from the bottom of the ground and see what his wife is doing. Does the ghost of Charlie Kirk float around looking at what the missus of his is doing. Now, they cried about all this stuff about what people wrote as comments on the internet and all this other stuff, only for Donald Trump to come out there after this dude was killed by his scumbag kid and stated that this dude had Trump derangement syndrome and he didn't care nothing about him. He was Trump called him like the worst thing in America and blah, blah, blah. Nah, Trump, that'll be you and your family. Worthless individuals here on American soil who need to be gone, who need to be eradicated from America. They probably couldn't even find a place to be exiled if America just went after and kicked the Trumps up out of here. They couldn't even find a place to welcome them. And then you also have Trump with this travel ban, his old demonic travel ban of where he's added additional countries. Really, he just added Africa to the damn additions to the travel ban that I think he put out today. It's just Africa. Basically what the travel ban is. Just add some more of them Africans. We added that part of Africa. Let's get all this part of Africa. We're gonna leave that bottom part, which is South there. We're gonna leave that part alone. That's the only part that we can come here, they can come over here, we can go there. As long as they white. We're gonna stop them at the airport. They say from Africa, South Africa, we want to make sure what they look like. Because they may be blending in some Nigerians trying to fly through South Africa. We ain't letting them through. We'll look at their face and tell whether or not they can fly out of South Africa. If they ain't got a real ID out of South Africa, then they can't come here. The white ones can come. Debbie, this fool is an open bigot, an open racist. There is no denying what Donald Trump is, unless you're just that dumb, which a majority of you guys are. And I love calling it out about how dumb people are. And you're so dumb, you always make me always right. And I love throwing it out there because one thing that makes some people hurt is intelligence, homie. And I pride myself on intelligence. I pride myself on the ability to clown, my ability to talk big shit, my ability to be just as cool as I want to be, my ability to be as serious as I want to be, and just staying dynamic and being my goddamn self. But my calls on Trump has always been right because I ain't never liked Trump since being a young kid. Never liked that fool. And if Lysica says, and that goes back into the 80s, just to age myself. Lysica says internet panhandling. And if Lysica says number 47 says might be the most anticipated obituary. Ooh, wee! God, I can't wait for that day, homie. My live stream gonna be popping on the day that pops off. And it eventually says F Donald Trump with the big middle finger. But yeah, this fool is a disgusting individual. A disgusting clown. And in a moment like that, it's going to backfire on Trump with him making this comment about Rob Reiner. And just like I was saying the day I was live, when salute to OG Bruce Gass who put it out. No. Wait, who put that? No. Bruce Gass was telling me about the release of the guy from Brown's University. Salute to Bruce Gass on that one. But when I was saying when this situation happened, I was saying, man, this one looks funny when they say he got stabbed. And I'm like, I don't see nobody going up in the Hollywood Hills robbing people. Unlike with what happened with Clarence Avant's wife, to where that little clown broke into his house and then shot, hit, and killed his wife. But when you see these incidents to where it's involving a knife or something, usually that's some kind of heated passion. That's some personal stuff. And I'm like, it had to be somebody this dude knew, whether he's having an affair or something, or it had to be one of his kids. And it ended up being this clown. Ended up being this doofus looking ass fool who these dudes poured so much unnecessary time and money into, only to have it betray him. Homie, sometimes it's like, even for parents, man, you're going to go through, you having kids like this. And at some point, it's nothing wrong with washing your hands of your kids, of disowning them, leaving them out there to being when they don't want to do the right things. Being this dude is a multimillionaire, very rich dude of great means, a lot of resources that this kid had been given. This kid in the show and the interview I was listening to had been to rehab 18 different times. How much money is that? How much money is that? I'd be goddamn I waste that kind of money on a kid that want to do drugs. You care more about your damn drug dealer and the damn lighter you gonna smoke or this stuff with, or the syringe you gonna put it in, than you do about your own damn family. You can have the goddamn streets. Oh, you better never bring your ass around here. I'll be on some Marvin Gaye dad shit with my kid. You on that kind of shit. You can't trust fools on drugs. I don't even like drug addicts around me. Have you ever been in the zone where drug addicts are? I go around them. But then it'd be some despicable crap in the way that drug addicts get down. So imagine you got a child that's like that, bringing that crap in your home. Want to be violent and volatile with you. And you gonna keep that? Hell nah. You take your ass right to one of them damn homeless encampments and get the hell up out of here. Don't you dare bring yourself around here. We pouring all this stuff into you. Anything we done had you and raised you and provided all this stuff for you to be putting this stuff in your system. And you want to come in here and cop attitudes in my mansion? Hell no. Reiner and them. Oh man, if y'all could have came and talked to me rather than Conan O'Brien. Like, even when they say he was at Conan O'Brien house tripping out, it should have been over with him right then. It should have been over right then. Y'all let him come back to your house. And then this goes down. This kid is a sick ass individual in California with these weak ass laws. Better not play into this mental health crap. Like I state, if this fool has mental health issues, that's all the more reason the death penalty him. That's all the more reason he should definitely be put away for the rest of his life. Not a cause of giving him these drugs that these dang pharmaceutical goofballs and psychologists love to give fools and act like they didn't corrected the action of his mental health. Somehow his mental health keeps him to the point where his mental health tells him to go grab this weapon, end the life this way, end the life with that, and you use this and end the life. You sneak up on a person, you be deliberate and calculated. But then in these courts and with these doctors that come into court, they make excuses for why this person wasn't in the right mind. We need to evaluate them, and then boom, they can walk. Man, get up out of here with that crap. Get up out of here with that crap. If these fools ain't willing to get help, and then they go out and commit, I mean, if they're going to be crazy, let them be crazy and don't mess with people. But the minute they go about knowing how to take lives, that old mental health crap, and they didn't know what they were doing and all that other crap, because you see throughout the course of history of these fools making these dumb decisions of giving these people second chances, and then they go back and do some more demonic crap. A voice talking to them. Like, get these retarded doctors up out of the court system. This dude done lost his life, man. That is cold-blooded crap. And they said, and then they show where after this incident and how callous this dude is and just not, so to the point to where he didn't give a damn. This fool ain't like he ran away. He didn't commit this crime and then go off run and try to hide. It was like this fool was inside the house. And they needed a search warrant because the guy who was in the house, they got to get a search warrant. Being that the two people been confirmed as deceased, when the sister or something goes in, the sister across the street. So that tell you what kind of money Reiner was making. He was balling. Being they up in Beverly Hills and mansions, the daughter got a mansion right across the street from him. Balling. Go in there, find her parents dead. And then the police can't go in there until they get a second search warrant because this kid is a resident of this house and they don't want to disturb the crime scene and all that other crap before they can go about search. So this dude just stayed in the house, moved on with his damn day inside the house with his parents in there laid out. No different than this dummies of this goddamn county of Los Angeles trying to free the Menendez brothers. No different than this idiot. Two rich ass kids, spoiled little brats that would take the lives of their damn parents. This kid right here in the Reiner is a dope fiend, dude with a messed up head, who should have been removed far from that damn house, far away from his parents, but they kept giving their all. Man, that's what happened being loving parents to a child that can give two damns about their damn parents. Like that is crazy. And the other side of what you got is these kids who've been failed by parents. These some kids in Las Vegas. These kids were 16 years old. People don't recognize them from Vegas. These two dummies on I guess the summer or something like 2 years ago, 16 years old. They in a car. Believe the car may have been stolen. Driving around filming themselves, running down people in a car who are on bikes. Running down people on bikes in a car they stolen and videoing it. And then bragging in the video, oh, ain't nothing gonna happen. I'll be out in 30 days, man. We juveniles. And that's the failure in the system when you give privilege and give chances and excuses because you bring up some old mental health reasoning behind these kids' brains ain't fully developed and these kids weren't really thinking and therefore they should be given second chances. Like, get up out of these kids brag and laugh at that crap. Randy's two dudes are one dude was a retired police chief. He'd end up losing his life. But they showed the Mexican kid was driving the vehicle when they ran over the former police chief who lost his life. The black kid was driving when another dude they ran over, critically injuring, but he survived. And that's what said where they get different sentences, which is bullcrap. They should both got the same sentence. The black dude got, what he got, 13 years to life or something like that. So because they were juveniles, they can't sentence them to life without. They have to give them a chance of parole. So they make the sentence whatever amount of years to come up for parole in life. So they go to parole, whatever the years they got, the 20 years, every 20 years they go for parole, I believe how it works. 13 or 18 every 18 years or so. Wait, whatever this kid got. I'm just going off the top of my head when I was listening to the report. Every 18 years or something like that, the black kid to go up for parole. And being that they can't sentence them to life because they were juvenile, they get a chance at life. And I doubt that any parole board is going to free these dudes. No parole board should dare to guarantee these dudes a second chance at life. I just ain't got no mercy for people like that. They know what they're doing, but the failure, man, the tragic thing about this situation is how these kids were failed by their parents. The parents are at fault for what these kids did. Being these kids were brought up in poor conditions inside the home. These kids are frustrated with things in life. These kids are just super adolescent about every damn thing. Juvenile as hell. Driving his vehicle. The video, they put a video. Then these fools uploaded the crap to the internet after they did this. Ran these people over on them bikes. Uploaded on the internet like it was some old funny joke to them. And now they'll be laughing themselves for the rest of their lives in prison. To not be able to enjoy their teenage years, these kids full of anger, these kids who have had homicidal fantasies, and the reason why they went about committing this act. And now from the young age as teenagers, these cats are going to age behind them damn walls. And how they survive, whether they adapt to it, whether they get beat up while they're in there, how much does prison time break these kids? How much do they adapt to it? But if they end up adapting to it, don't go through, any of the dangers and the stories you hear in it, but seeing the effects that it's going to have on these kids when they look at the fact that as they look in a mirror and as years go by, how older they get, and as time is the 10 years, 20 years go by, how they become more mature, more developed in their thinking, that they begin to look at what that juvenile mindset and the mindset from being undeveloped, mentally undeveloped kids based on having sorry ass parents who never gave these goddamn kids a chance in life. And these kids went with everything that they were served with and ruined their damn lives. And they have no one else that they can, they can point it towards their parents and the abuses and abandonment they went through, but it doesn't work in court. The families of these victims don't want to hear that crap. Simple as that. They had no mercy for these dudes. None at all. And then Picasso says, what happened? Says, I missed a lot. Says the prison is a big business in the USA. Says the whole country is a prison. Says, and every time you F up, says you lose whatever privileges you have. Says we all were stupid before. Nah, you wasn't stupid enough to take a car and run it into people. And if you did, you got to pay the consequences for that. And therefore, you know what kids don't do that? Kids who have fathers around. Not fathers who are just in the house because they need a place to be, and the mother can kick that father out every now and then. But fathers who be like grounded would tear your ass up. The minute you hanging around the wrong people, the minute you being a follower, the minute you out there doing dumb stuff, a father will break a child from ever committing some dumb crap like that. Only kids who are raised by just single mothers are fathers who are just weak, who are physically there, but not present. And kids, sometimes even having strict mothers don't always work, because sometimes kids don't want to hear all that strict crap coming from a mother. Or not, sometimes not even from a father. They're rebel if a father's just too overboard. So you really have to be balanced. You have to be nurturing, and you have to be strict when it's necessary with kids like that. But these kids had sorry parents who didn't teach them nothing. Kids who probably set no parents who set no boundaries. Probably kids who sitting on the Vegas Strip at like 2 in the morning. There was this crazy sight I seen. On my way, where was I going? I was going somewhere, but it's near like 2 blocks away from the school. Sitting at the dang curve. It's 2 elementary age little girls. They're sitting on the curb. No parent nowhere in sight. I'm looking at like, man, look at this tragic ish. And the area is an area where it's lower income. Man, I'm like, man, I hate to see kids that got to come up in these situations, being birthed to parents like that. Like, come on, homie. And then people cry about population control, and these type of people just having kids out here. Man, get up out of here. I don't buy into none of that bullshit, lying ass conspiracies people believe in. Some people should not have kids. And it's as simple as that, homie. And that goes even in me not even being fake about that. Even the person I was born to shouldn't have been born by him. But thank God I ain't turned out to be no piece of shit ass person. I'd have made the most out of life. But to be honest, based on what I was born from, I should not have been here. Should have been a aborted ass motherfucker too. And then Velocity Cuss says, baby crash outs. Yeah, these 2 dummies right here. And it's a lot of these dummies. A lot of them, but then it goes back to who's raising them. Like people always say, we see people doing wild stuff, acting a fool, crashing out, doing retarded stuff, and people say, who raised them? That is a serious question of asking who raised them. And you look back at who raised them. And that goes back to even old people. Some of them, you may look at them old and think old granny. Some of them wasn't shit in their younger ages, because they were their granny and stuff. They were definitely mothers and all that stuff at one point, young. What were they like? It goes back to this girl, Krishan, of what she's going to be like raising that child. And the environment she bring that kid to, the way she acts, the way his dad acts, what that kid going to be? And then you got to look at them. What were their parents? And when you look at their parents, that apple don't fall too far from the goddamn tree. So these kids don't even know how to raise a goddamn child because their parents can't teach them how. These 2, Krishan and Blueface, probably couldn't dare let their kids be with their grandparents. Because you already seen when Krishan family, they all the way twisted. They just people laying on their back, pushing these little degenerates out. And here go Krishan, wanting to be the most of a mother, but doesn't know how. That chick don't know how to be a parent. She loves that child, want to be there for that child, trying to do her best, but she does not have the tools to where anybody has provided her. Nobody's educated that chick on how to be a mother, how to remove herself from things. That woman kid, talk about that woman kid. That woman is a kid. There's probably so many things running through that chick head. All type of stuff tugging at that chick brain. That chick is screwed up. Now she got heart. She proved herself going in there and fighting them girls in Compton, but that really don't prove a goddamn thing. All I seen in that situation is a bunch of degenerate ass people on both sides. From the other girls, a lot of degenerate shit from girls. Girls are very confrontational with one another. Girls fight and will confront each other, more than dudes. Way more than these dudes. These chicks have become super confrontational. Bunch of Clarissa Shields shit going on. And Vlasica says, why it's gotta be why it gotta be conspiracy? Says, why can't it be investigative journalism? Wait, why can't what be investigative journalism? Which part? Which part are you talking about? Because when I'm speaking about the conspiracies that a lot of y'all fools buy in and come up with I don't know if you're talking about when I'm talking about I don't know where you're talking about the conspiracy. You're talking about when I'm talking was speaking on the what's that called? The population control crap that a lot of you fools believe in, but still degenerate ass people having kids all day, every day. Can't raise these motherfuckers. Don't care to provide these people with anything. Preparing them for the future, abandoning them, leaving them just any old where. Like I said, I saw two little girls just sitting out there on the corner. Just sitting at the corner, Indian style, near the edge of a street where you turn at. Like, what kind of ish is this? School been closed. It ain't a dang parent on the side of the street waiting to pick their kids up. School is out. Like, who done forgot their damn kids? These kids ain't on a bus. They sitting on a corner. Like, what the hell is this about? And ain't nobody in sight to watch these kids when one of these weirdos pull up. And then Picasso says, almost forgot, says, sorry. He says, I almost got some people out of here, says, but after I got older, I realized I need to manage myself better around people. Says, I'm glad I didn't erase them people. Says, I wouldn't be here. Says, father wasn't present. And that's always crucial in the upbringing of a lot of kids where the father is present. And they ain't got to be these things of the couple parents got to be together. That father should be there. And these bras need to stay out the way of trying to keep kids away from their children. Trying to keep fathers away from their children. Sorry. You have a lot of that. And you see the disasters of that. Where women think, I didn't push the kid out, I didn't have it. This is my baby. This is my child. No, that you be able to look at them like, who are you playing that bullshit with? And then now you be like, man, come on. You see a lot of this shit. And that's the same thing probably with the Krishan and these blue face ass fools. And the rest of these fools in these environments we grew up in. The breakdown in our environments is manhood on some real shit. And not just because we see dudes in, because a lot of dudes in it because they're the ones wilding out. But a lot of them are part of the cycle of being raised under the single mother household. Because even when blacks is migrating from out the South, you see the bunch of these folks coming from out of the South with a single mother looking to move in because a brother done got established out here, an uncle done got established out here, the mother and father got established out here, and they coming from out here with a bunch of kids they can't even raise, and then looking for stepdaddies and shit. And so therefore you see the same cycle. Chick get pregnant, fuck over the relationship, looking for a stepdaddy. Stepdaddy's out here, lonely dude, working, ain't got no more chicks, looking to bust a nut. And this chick wide open, vulnerable, thinking she about to lure this fool in with a little bit of kitty cat in a plate. Not knowing this fool about to escape. Let me bust one, get up out of here. What this broad was thinking. Another mile to feed by herself. Let her go to the county line, get on that welfare and all that other shit. And repeat that same cycle. The next fool coming around. Let her get her body back tight, throw on some more tighter clothes. Mama, can you watch the kids go out? Find another fool to hook up with, and pray to God this one works. Dumbass motherfucker. That's the cycle that's been kind of repeated for a number of decades inside our communities, which has destroyed our communities. The wrong people coming out to follow other relatives who are looking for greater opportunities in a failed economic system. The failures of the American system begins a long time ago. And then you look into this system and wondering why. Here you had this talk about them doing all type of tariff-related crap to companies to force them to bring operations back to American soil. I want to talk about that too. Vlasica says, Krishan Rock says Gina Conway. Who is Gina? Why I heard that name? Oh, let me see. Gina Conway. I know I heard of that. Oh, that's the girl on the Vlad thing. Yeah. I was about to say that name sound familiar. That retarded chick can't talk for nothing. Tank Davis, all from the same city. Says, you notice they all have something in common. Yeah, I remember the first time I knew some cats from Baltimore was I was in basic training. And I think these fools stole me. I used to be one to knock these fools out, but I used to always be worried about getting kicked out of basic training because I couldn't confirm it, But I was like, I know these fools wanted my stuff and had took my, I think I had like $20, $30 or something. And I swear, man, if it wasn't in that military setting and basic, I was gonna do something real awful to these fools. Real awful. But they was like grimy like. They'd be acting cool with you, but grimy like. Even though other homie, when I got to it is something off of Baltimore, folks. When I got to Fort Hood, the first cat I was chilling with was a cat out of Baltimore. Man, this fool used to be on some way out stuff. We go to the mall and stuff. That's why I started hanging with this fool. I started hanging with the fool when the fool was lying, talking about I had shot at somebody in Austin because somebody hit the car, and I did get his gun from his car, but he come at playing some old gangster story, and then this how much of where I be like. This is why I don't hang with people. I don't like being around people because he telling these fools this story, but then everybody else come to me telling me what he told me. Like, oh man, what? Oh, LA is so like, man, I ain't do none of that shit. Like, man, why you making up that lying ass story? That's fool, because I think we had seen a fool let a bad little chick out the car. We was in Austin. He back to U-turn. We gonna holler at the chick, see if we can scoop her. And then I think it was their car. They ran this car from the back. And because I don't got a seatbelt on, I'm at the talking to the chick. I fly and hit the little, you know how the door sill, but how the windshield is angled like that, or the doors angled like with the windshield. I hit that part. I fly, boom, hit that, and I'm like, oh man, I can't see. Like, whoa, whoa. And my sight coming back, but I knew that he had the weapon under the car. I go grab that mug, like thinking like these fools gonna get outside. Grab that, and I did cock this mug. This fool take off. He out of panic. He skirt, and we was gone. That fool, his car, the back end smashed in. He drove all the way back to Fort Hood. This fool, the next, I don't know, he told people that day, but Monday come, they all coming up there talking to me like I done blasted at some folks. Like, I ain't do none of that shit. And then it was like seeing this fool, we be out at the malls. We were in the mall in Killeen, when we was in Austin and stuff, or just going around, this fool be hollering at, like, on some Donald Trump shit. He was Donald Trump. He was on his Epstein shit. Like, trying to mac up. I be like, hey, fool, like, man, what you doing? Like, in mine, I'm younger than this fool. I'm the one who looked like a young high schooler. And even if I was in high school, these girls too young to even talk to them if I was in high school. You're like junior high, this fool up there hollering at them. I'm like, dude, what the hell are you doing? Oh, my bad. I didn't know, because he thought I was like that. Because I had a lot of them fools, and a lot of fools come from little low budget, lower income areas, projects and all that stuff. Grown fools, we mess with them little ass girls. He constantly hollering at these girls. I'm like, hey, fool, man, what you doing? Like, always having to say this to this fool. I just stopped kicking with this fool. I'm like, something serious wrong with this dude. Man, I remember this fool we used to have, this fool used to say this dumb crap, man. He'll get abroad like she ain't got no homegirl. He's like, oh man, what I'm gonna do is this what we used to do back in Baltimore. It's like, man, you just, I'm gonna have the lights off. You just be hiding under the bed, and then I'm gonna get the round. I'm gonna get it started. Woo woo. I'm gonna get up, act like I go to the bathroom, and then you just roll from under the bed and you come out and act like you're me. Like, man, I said, man, fool, what the hell kind of I said, man, I ain't doing no kind of shit like that. I don't know what the hell y'all be doing back where you from, fool. But nah, she ain't got no home girl. I'm good. I was like, man, this fool was always on. But that was the first, like the two fools I knew from Baltimore. Scam. Even this chick who was in the army from everybody from Baltimore. I was in the army was grimy. They stayed on that grimy stuff, but it's from the environment they come from. It's grime. Everybody just grimy, like they scumbags about it, like extreme scumbags. Picasso says in the 70s, says, I remember a lot of my relatives from Louisiana says were traveling west for work. And the wrong ones is probably going out west. The wrong ones is going. That didn't provide anything. They looking for the person that got the job to help take care of them and shit. Like, it was just, and that's always the thing when you have these migrations of people, the wrong people traveling along with the family. Like, and having no thought of being responsible parents. Like, that's what you see throughout what's the condition of black folks and stuff? Are caught up in a party and want to live their life. They young, not wanting to change things up. That was always the thing, man. When I used to even see with friends, and look, always right, Reggie Owens. Picasso laughed and he says, "Yep, it's the truth. I'm gonna just keep it funky about our folk. I'm black. I come from this. Like, so, man, please." And it's just crazy. Like looking at all this stuff, like the conditions of stuff. Like where are we at? Like, come on, man. Like I wish you were better. We just gotta. It's all about responsibility. It's always about responsibility. And then the partying thing, that was always the thing. Like even with friends like coming up, oh, I gotta get my pot pie out the oven in a minute. Even like looking at cats I grew up with, is watching how people couldn't transition out of the clubbing. That's one thing I took turn that clubbing shit off cold turkey, because I knew it was a point of transitioning out of that. I used to love to go out. That was my part where I'm about to catch me something. Oh my God. I was, woo. Velasquez says Brazy as Ben from B. Yep. Ben Israel from Baltimore as well, too. But back then, like learning this transition up out of that, like clubbing all the time. Like you gotta break out of that. You gotta turn it off. Like I said, I turned that cold turkey. And that was one of my spots where I used to crack stuff. It was easy work for me to go out. I'm about to crack something. I'm about to pop this one. Oh, I'm gonna pop that one. Oh, what's up, baby? Turn me down. I'm fine. So, man, I'm gonna crack something out this mug. But learning to turn it off. Some people never transition out of that clubbing shit, out of that partying stuff. And a lot of our relationships, the people we end up having children with, come up out of this environment. And why it don't work for us. Like, man, we got to turn that shit off. Some people don't transition out of that. We just want to be immature throughout life. And then bring kids into this world with immature ass parents who don't know how to turn shit off. And then these parents become so feudal with one another. These kids grow up in a world of seeing confrontation. And that shit is the wrong thing. That's why I said a lot of chicks I done been with and in the relationships in an instant, I don't be blaming them. I be like, I know it's from how you were brought up. Know it's how you were brought up. I wasn't brought up wrong. I just have a certain way I am. I just won't put up with something with the ish that I see. I just don't. Like I watch and from how moms wouldn't put up with shit. I seen dad for the moments being young didn't put up with shit. I would not put up with shit in a relationship. It'd be over with. And then seeing chicks who were just poorly raised, it's not them. They were taught wrong. And they'd be like, a chick ain't got to serve me, none of that. We just got to not be headaches to one another. We got to turn it off. And it's even a lot of shit chicks do that don't work with me, even currently. I know when chicks throwing shit, flirting, thinking they're going to get shit up out of me. It ain't about to pop. Too much game. Let's have a conversation. You're going to learn about me. And then you're going to dig the shit that you're going to hear from me. But all that pimping and pandering and pouring money and how these other sucker dudes do it, pulling out money, needing to go dates, buy you this, buy you that. I ain't doing none of that. Where your money at? Where you living at? Okay. Oh, you self-sufficient. You independent. Okay. I love that. Let's stay there. You want to go out somewhere? Don't think that I'm about to spend on it. You want to go? Oh, come. You gonna pay for that? Absolutely. Conversation. You gonna pay for that? Let's see what we gonna eat. Oh, what you wearing? What you gonna dress in? Oh, you buying that? Oh, absolutely. I love that. All this suckified crap fools be doing, and then be wanting to crash out when they lose a chick because you out here tricking, thinking that's gonna buy her love. Like, you fools are stupid out here, homie. These fools stupid. They be constantly game porting a lot of these chicks. So these chicks ain't taught love. They taught by their grannies, taught by their mothers how to break dudes' bank accounts. It ain't just girls on Figueroa. Girls just on Figueroa breaking folks. It's these everyday, regular, poorly brought up ass chicks taught this shit by their sorry ass mothers and grandmothers and aunties on how to break dudes. And it's sick. And I would never teach my daughter. I always counter that if somebody's ever teaching her that. You don't never live by any of that. You don't listen to none of this disgusting chick these chicks are out here teaching. It's not nobody's job to take care of you. You find somebody, you gonna find a dude, and dudes gonna always be there. Dudes are providers. They gonna naturally do that shit. It ain't their job to break. They bread for them. I'll break for a chick that I fuck with. If the vibe cool, you start digging this chick, you gonna provide for that. You want to go out, you gonna take her out. You want to spend on this, is your idea, you gonna spend on that. Like, but I also have it, and then I know Box in the building says, "What's happening, good brother?" Yes, indeed. But like I said, I had chicks take me places, pay for things, like open it, and it's just simple as that. A lot of these dudes out here tricking. First thing come to their mind is tricking. You competing with other dudes on how much you trying to impress this chick to buy. I ain't about to do none of that. If you dig me, you don't. And the news sign says there's a report says that Uno was one of the NBA players says who got Big U says to get their money back from Adrian Broner. Says who is Uno? You talking about why you call these fools by these old made up nicknames? I don't be knowing these fools. Give me a real name. I think you talking about because I think I heard you say Uno before. Is that James Harden or something? Fool, I don't know your Clipper vernacular and shit. Give me a fool's name. I'm talking about Uno and this and that. Says James Harden. Yeah, I don't know all this big Uno and shit. Yeah, James Harden and shit. Yeah, because Broner's an idiot. But even going back, I'm glad you brought Broner up. And once again, Broner issues and why Broner broke as fuck at the touching. Broner probably didn't touch 30 million dollars in his box career and broke because of his upbringing. Sorry ass father, sorry ass mother. Probably sorry ass grandmother, sorry ass grandfather. And now this dude poor as shit, ain't got nothing left. Then got out here, had all these goddamn kids by multiple chicks because we taught that's player. Laying down with a bunch of chicks is to validate us as dudes. And he done fooled his goddamn self. He done fooled himself. That shit is not cool. Hopefully he gets a big break one day, maybe. Should have listened to the financial advice of Al Heyman. Follow it to a T. And separate himself from this old I did it for the streets ish. And the Velocity Cuss says 5K a month says on the LA chick, shake my head. No, that's what them fools who be athletes and all that crap, they be buying into that stuff. That's why they be crying when these chicks replacement and be with somebody else on their team. And then or they can't satisfy these chicks because these chicks want more. Or guess what? It's some other fool stepping in the fray that enrolled up on them that's pulling out a bigger bank. That's pulling out a bigger bankroll, and now these chicks ready to move shit. You done told them no about a trip. You done told her no about a car. You done told her no about a new bag. And another fool willing to trick on it because a lot of these fools is tricks. Some of the dudes in the NBA player, they don't play into that. But a lot of these fools are suckers, and these chicks out here who've been taught pimping since a very young age. And a lot of them, you can see a lot of these chicks, the Dreas and all that, they ain't just pop up like that. I guarantee the Dreas in them got mamas who are like that. I want to put it past it. The Dreas in them got mamas like that who have taught them that. These girls been around other chicks who've been taught to be like that. People be surprised at what these older women teaches these young girls, and they teach them a lot of what dudes will call them. Oh, they being hoes. Them girls ain't being no hoes. Them girls being given the proper game on how to break fools, how to fake love. They can all this and baby that, and it can turn off immediately and turn on for the next fool. That shit crazy. That's why I be telling girls, man, I don't be want to hear that baby shit. That shit don't work for me. Oh, baby this, baby. Man, you go to calling the next fool this and that. Oh, babe, and all lovey dovey and shit. I don't be want to hear that shit. Just show it. Let's just vibe together. Let's kick it. Let's enjoy each other. Let's be authentic. Just be authentic with me. And that simply is that. I see through shit. I see through the bull crap. And then Velocity Cuss says Uno equals Penny Hardaway. Yeah, this fool talking about James Harden Uno. I'm like, I don't know what that Uno shit is. But I remember I heard him say it before. And the Picasso says you got to break her will. Says you got to break her will. Says to live without you. Says my girlfriend says my girlfriend doesn't want to live without me. Says I'll be in her ear. Says with my hot breath. Says training her brain. Says in love and train her brain and heart. Says I control her central nervous system. That fool said I control her central nervous system. Because I mean, you gotta find a chick that really love you, man. Because I don't give a damn. You can be piping a chick down the best she ever had. At some point, that should become so normalized to her, and it ain't enough. You gotta find chicks that really, really dig you, man. And that sometimes it's just temporary. You just gotta understand that. Sometimes nothing you do to satisfy with whatever they need. And it may die out. Or sometimes you just have to have chicks. Y'all have to have history and shit. And a lot of times people ain't gonna find history just based on how quick they went into a situation. Some situations just pop off. You can bust her at the damn club, boom, you're already popping. Everything just going at high speed in the rush, and y'all never got time to ever know each other. You know each other's name, then been up under each other, and then smelt each other, and that ain't fully knowing each other. Everything just in a rush. Y'all got no real history and ain't building no real history. Can't remember a goddamn thing you done. They've been together for 20 years. But you've been in a rush ever since y'all done hit it off. Like people ain't got that shit. People don't take time to know each other. People don't take time. Everything got to be in the setting of a trip. Everything got to be in the setting of some restaurant. Everything has to be in the setting of the company of others, and never together just learning each other, really digging each other, learning, breaking, opening each other's minds to one another. And where you really, really find that you dig people. You know who be getting that shit? Them homeless people, them homeless couples. Like them motherfuckers out there ride or dying in a box. Like, damn, what kind of commitment is this shit? Even the chicks. No, some of that girls hoes, but the ones who some of them fools could be a fool trying to snatch her up and get her off the street. She probably still stick with that fool. Like, but a lot of people just ain't getting to learn each other. Everything has a price. Love has its new price tag on it. And I'll be like, the hell with that. Because even the fools who buy into this price tag shit to get a chick, them chicks still go and lay with a fool who ain't spending a goddamn penny on it for free. Like, man, people are goddamn fools out here. And then Axis 99 says this administration is too funny. Man, oh yeah, Trump is comical. But he's comical to the point to where the people who voted for him and believed in him, they're the ones suffering. That's the comedy of it, not a tragedy. It's the fact that they're suffering and they're hurting in the wallets. But then going back to this thing about, like, even with this love situation, it's that situation in this court case involving, what's this fool who just went to jail, man? This fool, I was listening to the wife's side piece. This fool just got sentenced. I know they found him guilty. I don't know if he got his sentence yet. Let me see. Give me 1 second. What was this fool name? His name was, I think he was a doctor. He was some fool caught up in some scam stuff. And so the wife, when she became the sole provider, she ended up having an affair with her real estate broker. She ended up having an affair, and then she disappears. And it points to the husband. They catch the husband on video, removing bags which they believe were remains of this fool dismembered this chick. Let me see. Husband found guilty. Hold on, let me find this one. But the lady had been having an affair with her real estate dude, and he was separated. But husband found guilty. And I ain't gotta say. Let me see. It should be popping up. There it goes. His name Brian Wash. Is found guilty of killing and dismembering of his wife. And so the dude who she was having an affair got on the stands and was talking about how the affair hit off, and it hit off quick. Was at right at the point where this dude ends up as a felon, no longer. She's a bread making good money, and as a provision to his sentencing, he will be like a nanny and shit. He'll spend the majority of his time watching their kids while she got out and work. And in between her time of having this affair, and the way the affair worked is that he thought she was working. He thought that she was out working and all this other stuff because she had travels in DC. So he thought nothing of it. I think he come across her text messages with her side dude and end up blowing up, I believe, and end up dismembering this chick. Let me go into this story. I'm gonna pull up on here. So this is the bozo here. So he ended up getting caught in a federal case. Hold on, this is the dude here. So his name is Brian Walsh. So he's listening to his verdict. So Brian Walsh is a Massachusetts man, says accused of killing and dismembering his wife, the mother of their 3 children. So his 3 kids lose both of their parents because this chump, who really messed up the family's life with his criminal acts. And the wife immediately like saying, I ain't about to stay loyal to this fool. He ain't got no money. Ain't no love live here. He ain't bringing no bread in. She like, I need a real man. And then guess what? She messing with a fool who ain't providing her nothing but pipe, sticking it in her. Who, cause he going through his own little bit of marital issues. So the mother of 3 has been found guilty. So the husband of the mother of 3 has been found guilty of first-degree murder. Says his wife, Ann Walsh, says went missing on January 1st of 2023 at the age of 39. She's a young lady. Says Brian Walsh says pleaded guilty last month. Says ahead of trial says he pleaded guilty last month ahead of the trial. Says the line of police following her disappearance and improperly disposing of her body. Says though he denies he killed his wife, he has pleaded not guilty to the murder. So he tried to plead not guilty. What a big time dummy. Says the body has not been found. Wow. Wow. So they still haven't found this lady. She's somewhere out in the landfill somewhere. Says after deliberating for nearly 4 hours following the closing arguments on Friday without reaching a verdict, jurors resumed deliberation Monday morning for another approximately 2 hours. Brian Walsh remained stoic as the guilty verdict was read. His sentencing has been scheduled for Wednesday. Wait, what Wednesday? Let me see when this article came out. This article is today. So next Wednesday, he will get his sentencing. So he probably going to get life. So he faces mandatory sentence of life in prison without mandatory. So he's done. He should have been given a death penalty. Says Norfolk County Attorney, says District Attorney Michael Morseys, whose office prosecuted the case, says told reporters outside the courthouse they have heard from Ann Walsh's sister. He said justice has been served, and hopefully she don't have no other family member that's going to say we're Christian and we forgive him and his life should be spared and all this other little goofy stuff you hear with people of families, who want to forgive the person who has taken the life of their loved ones and stuff. Being they ain't go through the crap, but they want to forgive people. Like the hell with these type of people. And then Marilyn Brown in the building. Salute to the sister Marilyn Brown. How you doing? How you doing? And in Midtown Throw says he is simp. Says gave up his freedom. Says over a woman. Shake my head. Yeah, the husband is sucker. Like how you gonna do that to even if that chick is cheating on you? You got 3 kids with her. What the hell you think gonna happen with the kids? Like them probably young kids. She 39. Them kids is definitely young still. Like them kids about to suffer, fool. That's the thing. People don't think these things out when they're in relationships. A lot of people just dive head first in the shit and don't think about these actions, homie. It ain't gonna be no good result out. You go sit your ass in the corner and cry it out. Oh Lord, she cheated on me. Why? And a lot of times people gotta think why they get cheated on, like something you done did. You stop washing your ass. You done put on weight. You ain't pumping her good enough. You ain't paying attention to her. Because that'd be the other thing that kind of can start to nag at a dude is the demands that chicks want to be even interested. And sometimes you have to give into that. And a lot of times we become negligent of that. We become very I'm guilty of that shit. Be negligent of providing the attention that your chick need. As you kind of become burnt out on shit. You begin to not pay attention to her. You take less care of yourself. You're not providing her with sex, and then sometimes even for chicks not you ready to get active. She ain't sexual anymore. She letting herself fall apart. It's on both sides, and that's how people end up becoming responsible for themselves being cheated on. But being if somebody falls off financially, and it should not be excuses. People really love each other. They should remain true to one another. They should definitely remain true to each other. But that's easier. That's easier said than done. But it shouldn't be to where you get in a relationship and just get so comfortable and you just forgetting things, hygiene. Because I look at some of these older ass fools. Because I'm around older people. And you look at some of these old whiny ass dudes who complain about women. They ain't got women. Then you be around and be like, man, you smell like shit. Go wash your stinking ass. Go clean your funky ass house. Go fix your clothes. Go wash your clothes, fool. No chick want to be around no fool like you. And fools just cry all day. Like, man, you fools sound dumb as hell out here. And that's what people get thinking they kings and shit. King, and she my servant. Man, get up out of here. Ain't no chick flying with that shit. Then these fools get old and be emotional, crying and just hateful of women and you know, they're just bitter as hell. Like, come on, man. But the fact that this fool ended up losing his income because of him being a con artist, a scammer, she probably benefit off his scams and stuff. And she was like, the hell with this fool. She immediately started the fool that they let in their house, the damn realtor, end up banging her instantly. And that fool ended up getting a little getting what do I look for? He end up finding out about this affair. He end up finding her secret and stuff. That's what I'm going for. He ended up finding her secret through her phone, and then he ended up calling this dude because the dude testified that he ended up calling them, and he ignored the call. He ended up calling some hours later, and he ignored that, let it go to voicemail. And then when he tried to reach her, she's no longer responding to him, and then that's when he's like, oh yeah, this fool definitely done something to this chick. And then and the Picasso says I give my girl assignments and she gets at it. Says if she asks me if I like her progress, says I'll ask her if she did her best. Says yes. Says, well, that's all I ask for is your best, my love. Says she be happy. Says she be happy than a motherfucker. Man, salute to Picasso, man, getting this pimping on, man, getting that girl right. And that's what all dudes want, man, is you get a girl that's really engaged with you like that. And this is on some fitness shit he on. And then Sylvester says if they haven't found the body, says how they know he cut her up. He pleaded guilty to it. The dummy pleaded guilty to it. But some of these dummies will plead guilty to something and act like somebody else did it. They found her in the house dead, panicking, and chopped her up and got rid of her. And the Picasso says if your girl tells you you are an expert in bed, says you doing something right, says you master the art of communication, says my boy. And then Velocity Cut says you heard Aubrey O'Day says was hospitalized after watching the Sean Veggie Combs doc, says can't make this ish up. Man, that girl about as retarded as I don't know what. That's that Danity Kane chick. And then Midtown says problem is these dudes think they own the women. That's a fact. Says once they get the title wife, says homie, she's your wife today. Says she can be someone else's wife tomorrow. And that's a fact, homie. That's a fact. A lot of these dudes be taking that shit for granted. And Jashawn, they're rolling. Picasso says I blame everything on health. Says you can't expect good results. Says when you're doing bad. Says when you're doing shit. You doing shit, says, and to know your body, says, is sick, says, and deteriorating. Yeah, that's what a lot of these fools be doing. It don't even be that. It be a lot about how, because a lot of women be on your aesthetic, like how you look, how you present yourself. Because there's some big dudes who got bad chicks. But you look at the big dudes who be having the bad chicks. Guess what? The way they present themselves, the way they dress, they keep themselves on point, where these chicks don't mind being out with them. And a lot of these dudes are out here smelling like shit, breath funky, trying to be around these chicks. Chicks are big on that. You have chicks that are big on Keep your nails up. Just everything, man. When you get a high standard chick, they're gonna make sure everything about you head to toe is on point. You can't go out here looking like hillbilly Bob type dudes. Like when you're dealing with real chicks, you dealing with a chick in a trailer, she accept you. She likes smelling funky ass dudes. Her dad smelled like that. So yeah, that's what JD Vance gonna be on. Trump gonna be on. So, but real chicks, real bad chicks, you gotta present yourself. But even from the standpoint of being fit, some chicks be really on that. But guess what? You can't be a dude on your fitness and your fits look like shit. The way you present yourself, carry yourself, you just trash. Them fools get left all day by chicks. Get cheated on left and right by chicks. But when you one of these fools who is like swagged out on point, chicks are dig fools like that. And that's for younger fools to keep themselves on point. Not even younger fools, even older fools. Even myself, who at time when I had my kids, I put all that shit to the back burner. I got off all that dressing shit. Based on how I talk, chicks still be digging me. Even when we putting on a lot of weight, chicks still dug me and shit. But I knew I wasn't in my prime of even wanting to play into that shit. I turned a lot of that shit back because I had my kids to worry about and my kids to take care of. But still just seeing like, oh, this bra still on. And that's why I be like, my confidence be so on point. Like I be like, whether I'm skinny or fat, I'm still rich. These bitches still fuck with me. But the thing about presentation and about how you put yourself together, chicks gonna dig it regardless. And that's why it's on point for dudes to stay on point with everything, with the way you talk, your confidence, everything. You gotta exude certain shit because everything's based on that vibration shit. And as Jashawn says, you ain't fly, says you ain't no fly nigga Reggie, so laugh my ass off. So I'm playing. Man, nah, I keep shit funky, man. I don't be once I had my kids, I fell off on like always needing to gear up. I started just doing my even with the white t-shirt, I can put some white t-shirt shit on, but I wasn't even on that shit. I stopped wanting to do the dressing up shit. Want to be suited down and this and that. But now a little bit I'll be getting back to it. But like I said, when I had to do that shit every day at Enterprise and then having to, just focus on my kids, I couldn't even entertain messing with bras because my kids' mom was living with me. You know how many bras used to be throwing themselves, even bras I used to work it with. And I should be like, no, take this bra back here and but then I'd be like, man, the way chicks be, this be messy and they'll really F up things at the crib. I really be having to go through some old court shit. And then even now, how the way bras be throwing themselves at me, like bras my age, and they not even it be even the younger ones. But the ones older and all, it's so simple to get this shit. But then it'd be so many of these chicks that I know just desperate for a dude. That'd be lonely at night because so many chicks out here who them thought they shit didn't stank all head up in the air. Can't nobody tell them some shit until that shit died out. And that bed be lonely and cold and motherfucker. They be so desperate for a dude. And I be seeing through that. I just be wanting to get a quick NUT. And then that's about it. Maybe seeing where your head at. But outside of that, shacking up with you, taking care of bills for you. No, I cannot do that. No. And in the Midtown Throw says you want to get married? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That ain't nowhere in my schedule. They ain't never been in my schedule since I've been a kid. And people used to think I was funny as hell and crazy when I used to say this shit as a kid. And be like, man, I don't want to live. And I was like, if I get married, I don't want to live with my wife. I want her to have her own house and I have mine. And I'm still the same damn person who used to have that shit. I don't want to deal with that shit because I used to see the way people with marriages used to go. They get into it, seeing them calling the cops or somebody throwing somebody's shit out. getting into it with each other and them, the confinement of these small spaces. Like no, nah. And then like one of the complete marriages I think that I saw in the word the homie dad ended up losing his life after some old bullshit from LA. But his mom was solid than a motherfucker. Their marriage was dope. But they also had history around each other and shit. That when he passed away, man, his mom, I don't think his mom ever dated another motherfucker. Never. Never. His mom was a nice looking lady. I don't think she ever thought about no other dude when that shit happened. She almost like how Nip lady is and shit. Man. So it's like, no, I don't want to be married like that. I'm good, man. I don't want to deal with the bullshit of when you live with each other, and then the shit that goes when things go bad. Like unless it's a relationship to where it got to take time. I ain't one of these people that rush into marriage. Like I will never say never about marriage, but I want to see how do our shit go because I'm a more mature dude and I understand relations. I was mature even when I was young and still out here doing my thing. I always was calculated on shit. I always want to see in relationships how do we respond to each other when we have an issue that ain't so peaches and cream. How do we respond to each other in these rough patches? And with me, man, I'm a cold piece of damn work. I ain't about to communicate with you. I'm gonna act like you don't exist. Uh, 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 man, I'm talking about man. Me and the chick be in the same goddamn room, and she say something to me at the talking some old hot shit. I sit there and look around the room like, who the fuck you talking to? She can't talk to me for fucking days. And I wouldn't give a damn if those days go by to where she like, I don't want to do this no more. And that'd be perfect for me. Like all that sideways shit, I was cool on that. We'll have a talk sometime down the line. And then me like, cause I don't be tripping like that. But what is it? Are you woo woo woo? Blah blah blah, this and that. And you can't follow that, then it's really over with. And you get back into so you got to see how these rough patches go. And I'm just not the best, and especially for the emotions that some of these chicks that I've fucked with been going through. I'm not the best in doing it. I ain't about to be educating you on shit. I'm not about to be acting like I own you. I'm the boss. You have parents for that. My thing is I don't own no chick. It ain't my role to be domineering over. I just don't see. I don't put myself in that. This is somebody else's kid. You about to be doing that shit. We adults, we should know how to get down. We should know how to respect each other. We should embrace each other. The minute over some like bullshit ass argument, the majority of the argument, all of them I've ever had in relationships be stupid shit. They be dumb as hell. Some old emotion imbalance, some chemical that got imbalance. The period about to start and threw a chemical off. She can't control that shit and tripping. And that shit throw me off. And then Midtown Throws says, yeah, says, I don't know if I can live with a woman. And then man, I just want her to have her own house. Like, I just don't want to be, it'll take a long time. Like, that should take a long time because one argument is like, damn, what is that household like? What is it like to live in them conditions under this roof? And then you see people in there to where you can't put a motherfucker out, can't get rid of each other. And then now here you go to where you done built and invested something financially to now have it ripped away. That's the hard part with the relationships and marriage is that now you have brought things together. And if something goes bad because of risk, it's risk and reward to shit. And when you get people, like I said, I don't be blaming these chicks. I blame it on how they were brought up. And then who do they have in their ears? Because these chicks would do this shit in a relationship. They go out and start spewing out little nuggets of shit if something goes bad. Minor shit, they will take it outside the house, drop the dime off to their homegirl, drop the dime off to their mama. And some of these miserable balls be like, let's break this shit up. Let's feed her some regrettable shit. And then that's what begins to start in these relationships. Is they hearing the shit from people that they confide in, that ain't the best of information to receive, and especially from some of these people they tell this shit to. And then now things begin to change. The relationship has evolved in some other damaging shit because people have allowed the outside into their fucking private world. And they interfere in that shit. And that begins to just throw wrenches and all that. And now you're inside the house with this person. And now how does it affect when these things got to break apart? That shit financially ain't cool. And I, like I said, when I was in the army, I used to see that shit and see these married fools and the way that they marriage used to go. That's really what killed me off from me. And this is what killed me with marriage is from me. Cause like I say, I was a hell motherfucker of bras and relationships, married chicks. And I don't put nothing past a broad I've been with fucking around on me. That's just the way the damn door revolves in this game. I was cool on that shit. And then seeing in the military, the way these fools be divorcing, remarrying, that be these fools who be suckers, just desperate. Just be out here desperate, man. And need to be led. They women be like the man of the house. They be having to ask for money. Can they spend this and that? Like, hell no. And then being nagged to. They the only ones working in the situation, being told what to do, and then these chicks go out here and have affairs on. Let us go to the field. And like I said, when I was in the army, my unit, man, we used to train like a mug. You'd be a lot of these divorced fools in my unit. And that's why you be dealing with like people in your unit leadership, like the sergeant, all that stuff, how they be coming off mean and talking to people in any old way, and their tempers are just off the rail, short tempered. There's probably something going on in that house. And my unit used to train. We used to train all the time because we're combat MOS. We're combat soldiers, and we'd be in the field. It'd be enough for us to be in the field for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Don't go to NTC. You out there for what, a month and a half or something. But on Fort Hood, we constantly were in the damn field. And then when you see other units, you get an idea of what it's like on a military base. When you see other units there in the field and gonna be gone for a while, you can tell the statistics and shit because you watch the number of women who you see appearing in the club. The number is already in the clubs is already like 2-to-1 women and male. A unit get deployed. I think back then when I was in, units are going to like Kuwait or some shit still. What was the Army units going? I think Army units is going like Kuwait or somewhere during that time. And then when they go over there, they be gone for like 6 months or something. Man, the number of chicks going through the roof. It'd be 5, 6, 7 to 1. Man, and then after the club or the next day, you definitely at somebody's house on post. I'm a young soldier. I ain't know about family. The housing was for families, but you had all type of housing on post or apartments right outside the base. These chicks got kids, single mothers. They ain't never going to work. Man, come on. These dudes deployed somewhere. These chicks hot. Like, come on. I should see all that shit. Like, oh, hell no. Like, these motherfuckers. Wow. Even chicks who was in relationships, fool, be in there knocking down, man. Even after that shit, way after that shit. Even when I was in a relationship, chicks be just throwing themselves at you. See who you with, see your girl, and these chicks see you on a regular. Oh, I think I'm better than that. Chicks want to compete with your chicks. Oh, I'm gonna take that fool from her. Throwing themselves at you. Be bad. Can you resist this temptation? Like, come on. Oh, this chick that pissed me off this week. I'm about to go smash this chick. This chick already on reserve. Speed dial. She ready for it. Like, come on, man. I'm like, hell no. And the Picasso said, same rule in boxing, says applies to life. Says protect yourself at all times. Says I'm not perfect, says, but I'm embracing my imperfection, says, and use it to adapt to my surroundings, says prenuptials, says if it makes sense, says before marriage. If I ever get married, it gotta be some prenup shit. But I had to do it. We had to be together for a while. But then, like I said, I got kids. Marriage don't benefit me. I got kids, homie. You think I'm about to? And mind if I get married, something bad go wrong. This chick gonna want everything. They won't give. These ain't her. These ain't her kids. She gonna want every damn thing. Who knows the relationship with the kids? I see the way that shit go bad. Like, no, I just want bras. I think I'm gonna always be like that. Toward old age, this shit has always been how I want to live. Even in my prime. Always want to be like that. No, I man, with my kids is more important than anything to me. That's why I never settle into no relationship. Always let chicks know I got kids, and a lot of chicks respect that shit. They be like, oh, this fool is a super dad. Cause even be coming down to shit like, man, don't always talk about a mother with me and shit. Like shit. What about the dads? I remember being at a conference with one black chick. She gonna buy me a shirt with that. Cause we had some conference at a job. They had a speaker or something. He up there highlighting about with kids and talking about the mothers and stuff. I said, hey, hold on. I like us dads do this. I don't know about the rest of the dudes, but us dads do too. I'm speaking for myself. Like, don't just talk about no mom. Man, come on. I'm big time like what they said, mama bear beef for the Cubs, and I'm like that too. I'm riding for my kids. Like, I don't talk about no mother and shit and all this other disregarding the commitment of fathers, how nurturing fathers is, because that abandonment is what left society in shambles. I'm not one of these damn dudes. I'll be trying to be not overdoing it and needing to receive the accolades and awards. I don't do it for people to see that shit. None of that shit. That shit is just some old natural instinct that an overcame with these damn kids. And to think that if I was to earn something, put something aside, I'm about to give it because I done got married and forgive my kids, like hell no. Unless the kids end up bad like Rob Reiner's kids, then that's a different story and shit. And if Lassie Cuss says Nipsey mom fired, says Blueface mom fired. Talking about what they look like. Yeah, you see, but I see why Blueface effed up. I seen the thing where his mama in a hot tub with other chicks and they sucking on her titties and shit. And the Picasso says facts, says you don't have to understand all women, says just that one, says that got your eyes, says our attention, says stay in her ear, says and don't be lazy. And he says I'll be thanking God, says for the pussy, says thank God for the pussy, like you say, says your player, says you like you say your prayers before you eat. Yeah, the fools get to that age and get a little broad, they own chopping her down. Like, thank you, Lord. Thank you, God. You want to keep this one. Please don't never let it go, Lord. I ain't sharing this one with nobody. But yeah, folks, that's all I got on this one. I think I talked about all these clowns in this Trump administration tonight, and the incompetence of Patel, and even with that dang mess he pulled with the Brown University thing, they still ain't caught this fool. They said the Brown University food and got away. The fool that Patel and them to release his information, who wasn't a dude, he ought to be a billionaire off of the idioticness of Kash Patel. That dude ought to file the biggest lawsuit in U.S. history on the goddamn FBI, on the news agencies who also ran. Well, he can't go after the news agency. They got information from the departments. And then Picasso says I waited after my youngest daughter turned 18, says before I started getting serious again. Says your kids are young, says and need all your attention. Says do your thing, bro. Yeah. Oh no, yeah, I'm already on point with that, man. I'm already on point. But like I said, I still even after even when they get grown, it ain't gonna be no marriage shit. I'm gonna have chicks. They gonna know who I am. I'm gonna have chicks lined up who I'm a fuck with, who I known for a long time. We still in good standings. We conversate with. We gonna chill. Man, my funeral gonna be packed with old chicks I used to fuck with, or chicks who just dig me who I don't fuck with. We just still conversate, be cool. Like that's what it's gonna be, and I enjoy that. But all this commitment of needing to be at home, question, nagging, controlling, I'm cool on that because I don't even control chicks I be with. Let's just do things out of respect for each other. The minute the respect begins to break down, the minute we no longer need to exist with one another. The disrespect is too heavy. It's only so much you can go off and have arguments, cussing a person out, wanting to make them cry. That shit is dead with me. I ain't got time for that. And I be trying to be less and less confrontational with people as much as possible. And the way to do that is to limit being around bullshit people. It's just having to cut shit off. I'm cool with everybody. I'm like, cause I'm like I say, I'm a comical person. I'm a stand-up person. You know, I greet people when I see them. I don't just pass judgment unless you just see some people give off that scandalous, finessing, shisty ass character about them. Then you want to keep them. I keep them far away from you. You can read through certain people, but I ain't a person that's over the board judgmental. Like to joke, like to laugh, like to clown, and it's just simple as that. But all that clown shit, keep it away from me, man. I'm always just be the dude that I am, man. But that's all I got, folks, on this one. I'm gonna catch you on the next one, man. Refresh the super chat, like they say. The chat ain't working. Refresh it. I'm out of here, god dang it. Peace out. And if Casa, let me see, you got one more comment. He says my ex gonna be mad. Says my ex gonna be mad with me. He says at my funeral says because I don't fuck with they pussy ass rationing asses. Yeah, man, I don't want nobody bitter at my funeral. Cause I be posting these videos on Instagram at funerals, and it be the people at the funerals acting a fool, fighting, starting shit. And it'd be like, why it always gotta be the women? Like that. But it'd be older women who are confrontational. What's she doing at the funeral? Why ain't on this bitchuary? Why ain't on it? Always them fighting. And then you wonder why these girls are so out of control, are so crazy. Like I said, I don't blame them. I blame the ones before them because even the older ladies I see at the funerals, who do you blame for their actions? Their mothers. And I'd be like, man, at a funeral, motherfuckers in there acting a goddamn fool, ready to fight. Fool can't even rest in peace without some drama for some bunch of idiotic drama queens. They show one fool at a funeral. I don't know if it's his chick or what it was, a side piece. This chick jumped in the damn grave. They already put this fool 6 feet deep. This damn foolish ass chick in front of his family jumped on top of his casket, took a 6-foot drop down the grave. They had to snatch her up. I mean, it took everything. I think the dudes had to hold the women back from whooping the hell out this chick. I'm like, man, it's some foolish ass people and shit. But then people know who they dealing with. But that's all I got, folks. I'm out of this mug. Peace.